everybody, it's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Jump. SPK!
The ice cream man is coming!
Kick the beat. Now, our girl Lizzo has been doing like some ballerina type stuff as of lately, and it's been very interesting to see her doing it. She's been trying to do like flips and things like that, and it is quite entertaining to see her try such acrobatic routines. But the followers of Lizzo have been paying attention to her behaviors as of late, and she seems to be in a real good mood. And you have one lady who says, "Date music! Lizzo has been glowing lately. She's so beautiful." Stop the show. See, this is why I don't really live nowhere by y'all gunshots. Yeah, because people that look like you, that think like you. Oops, Freudian slip. Maybe that look like you. I don't want to be nowhere around because I don't want y'all kids robbing me and all that stuff. I just don't have time. She continues, says, "I love her whole life." Stop the show. See how y'all getting influenced by the wrong people? This is why y'all single. Okay, so Lizzo responds to the commenter and goes, "Date music, good D, do that." Well, I want to talk about this because, shout out to SPK. He's editing the video, and we talk a lot about, the problems in the Negro world. And a lot of that revolves around short-term thinking, or what's going on with people and their decisions when it revolves around quick wealth, the flashy things, things that don't lead to any substance. We even like our leaders like that, very charismatic, Dr. Umar Johnson, Al Sharpton. We like things that make you feel good, but they don't do anything for you in the long run. Just like, black men, we like a certain type of IG models. Certain black men like, a lot of these nice cars and jewelry. And these things are very nice, accumulated in the short term, but in the long term, they don't pose any advantages because they either decrease in value or those relationships end quickly. And when you look at Lizzo, good D will do that. Well, good D or good sex, could it make a woman happy? Yes. And I'm gonna tell you that a lot of black women don't understand that when they make comments like this, you're simply telling certain black men what to focus on. All right? So if you say that good D will make me fall in love, good D will do this, well, guess what those guys are gonna focus on? They're gonna focus on just having some good D. And that's what they think. Some guys in generation think that this is what they need to bring to the table. Okay? It's how good you have to be in bed. But when you look at the whole of a woman and what it takes to really provide for women in any community, not just black, sex is a very small part of that. Women need emotional stability. Women need to be supported. Women need to be in good communities. Women need to be in nice places. Women need to be in places where they can thrive. Kids need to be in those places where they can thrive. Okay? And men are the ones that establish these communities. But when you reduce a man to just all he needs to do is give you good D, well, what happens with the other parts of him that you got to put up with? And a lot of women are in relationships with guys who just give them good D, but they cheating on them. They driving a car. They driving a gas out their car. They doing all the other stuff, but just the good D, that's it. Then you complain about these guys because they ain't shit, or they're not husband material, or they're not this material. But you're just basically saying that all that can make you happy is a penis. If it's good, if it's big, that's all that needs to make you happy is just a penis. Okay? But then what it also says, if you really break this down, Lizzo can't attract anything but a man with a good penis. That might be what we're also talking about, because see, women also understand what they need for them to thrive. Women need resources. Women are expensive to take care of. Women need a lot. All women want to be nurtured. All women want to be in situations where there's authority. There are rules that can be governed to help them make their life easier. This is why women like to be around places that are more safe. Everybody does, right? Because there's authority there. Women like authority in using the right places, whether they want to admit to it or not. Right? We all like places that are ran very well, and those places have rules. Everybody likes that. Here's the problem. The men that Lizzo want, she can't get them. But what we can do is put up a smoke screen and say, well, the reason why I'm happy is I'm getting some good D. Well, are you making yourself happy because you can't get nothing else? Again, it's a temporary fix because, number one, I can guarantee you whoever's booty clapping sounds, who's ever giving that to you, don't have what you have. That's all that person might be good for. Does that person care about you? Does that person love you? I would probably say no. Because the guy that you want probably wouldn't date a woman that behaves like you. Probably wouldn't date a woman that acts like you. You probably would have no chance with that sort of man. But it's totally okay for you to talk about this good D. And the reason why you can reference good D is because, you know, we can always make our situation sound good, no matter how bad it is. I heard of, you know, dictators like Idi Amin talk about Uganda, and even in his worst situation, he was making things sound like it was good. You know, like, oh yeah, you know, things were going great and we were not losing and I wasn't scared. And but that's like Evander Holyfield as a fighter. Oh, they shouldn't have stopped the fight, but you were getting your ass whooped. Punching sounds like the whole fight you was getting what you like against James Toney in 2002, 2003. He whooping your ass the whole fight. But they shouldn't have stopped it. You gonna kill you. And a lot of times sisters like to hide the fact that they can't get what they want behind the fact that some guy can make them have an orgasm. He still don't love you. He can't do nothing for you. You don't have no emotional stability there. It's a quick fix because you can't get what you want. So instead of you being the woman that you need to be to get what you want, what you'll do is settle for good D. But the reality is, if you're that man giving her the good D, when she want to go off on you, you gonna hear that. You ain't got nothing. I got more than you. You broke. Look at you. You gonna be taking some of the abuse. You know, I gotta pay your bills. I gotta do all that stuff. Yeah, but you giving her the good D though. But you the guy on the other side, you gonna be getting disrespected, bro. Cause you a plaything. And you see, we gotta get out of the short term. When we want to date, and I was looking at the Library of Congress. They had a documentary on the Black elite, and I've been really interested in how the Black elite operate in the African American community. And one of the things that you find that about the Black elite or any elite class that's out there in the world is that they marry for the long term. Okay, they marry for the long term. They don't do this short term weaving and selling. Okay, they marry somebody for the long term, and it's not about good D. It's not about a good coochie. Yeah, they might, you know, she might be attractive, but no, we're doing things for the long term, right? And that's what you find out. Check out the original Black elite, Daniel Murray, and the story of a Forgotten Area. All these people that grew up in these, they all married for skills, for prosperity, for standards. But Lizzo can't do that, can she? Because she's busy getting good D. And when them kids come out, which is a lot of sisters do that, I don't want to be around gunshots. I'm gone. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high.